Welcome to the Faster, Easier, Better show with your hosts Lee Silber and Ellen Goodwin.
Welcome to another episode of the Faster, Easier, Better show. I'm your co-host, Ellen Goodwin, along with my co-host,
Lee Silber. And let me tell you, when you do your introduction, you know what you should do? You should do it with a little more of an accent or something. You see that?
What?
That's micromanaging.
What?
Don't you hate that? Don't you hate micromanaging?
Oh
It's the worst.
Well, especially from you.
Now it's on.
Ooh, micromanaging is the worst. There used to be a cartoon, a Dilbert cartoon, where the pointy-headed boss was standing behind someone, and it's probably Dilbert working, and he's like, "No, move that comma 5 millimeters." It's just like, oh, micromanaging, the most inefficient thing ever.
On both ends. If you're the one that's doing it, you're wasting your time and it's not efficient. If you're the one that's receiving it, it's
Lord.
also slowing you down and ruining what sometimes is a creative process or a great outcome. And even sometimes mistakes you may make become wonderful breakthroughs. You just never know. We need to trust people to do things. Well, you want the outcome that you want, but how it gets done should be left up to the person doing it. That's how I feel. As a person on the one that's receiving instruction, I can't tell you how many times where we want you to speak to our group. Great. We pick the topic, and then usually I'm off on I create it and I deliver it. I've had people meddle with it, and it never ends well. Ever. Ever. I'm going to do what I'm going to do anyway, but still, they're meddling. Just waste so much time.
Exactly.
And on the other hand, I've been the person trying to, as sort of a perfectionist, I'll give someone an assignment and I'll look over there. Oh, and I could just see by the look of them, like, shut up. Shut up. But do it the way I'm going to do it and you're going to love it. And they don't mean it like you're going to love it, like I want to make you love it. No, you're going to love it. It's going to be great. Just leave me alone.
Exactly. I'm going to load the dishwasher the way I'm going to load it.
Here we go.
And if it's your problem that you want to come and redo it, fine. But it's not mine. It's not mine.
Yeah,
but that is exactly micromanaging. If you give me a task, I'm going to accomplish it my way. And it's going to, in my eyes, it's going to be fine. And if you have to come back and do it because it's your problem, that's so inefficient. There, I've said it.
Yeah, I'm thinking about, we talked a little bit about work where you have a client sometimes that meddles, or you have a boss that meddles. I mean, meddle is the word. It's like you're meddling.
Mm-hmm.
Don't meddle. Just leave it to me. That's what leave it to me. I got this. I'm going to make this great. You're going to love it. I do sometimes think like a benchmark somewhere in the middle or something, just so you can check your progress.
Yeah.
And maybe you didn't understand the instructions correctly, and that's a waste of time. But that's a communication problem on their side, or ours for not listening well enough. But somewhere there should be some sort of a check-in thing. But
I agree.
to look either physically or virtually, be looking over someone's shoulder at every step and offering suggestions, and that's the nice word for it. It just doesn't really work.
Can I suggest something here?
Exactly. That's how it's
No.
said. Yeah. Right. Well, I wish people would say that more often. No, actually, you can't.
No, you can't.
No.
No, I mean, yeah, inefficient. And if you start paying attention to things, you'll see where people try to meddle without like really thinking that they are. They are micromanaging. And once you can identify it.
Go ahead.
Oh, let me hear that quote.
Oh, I was going to quote Twisted Sister. I'm going to fight for my right to do it my way. That's paraphrasing, but
that's pretty much paraphrased.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm getting a little uptight. Just thinking about micromanaging and the times in the past when I've been micromanaged and how efficient is this for you to stand over me? It's not.
Well, in the last episode, I talked about what my wife's reading. She's reading that book, Strength Finders, right now, or I think she is. But anyway, the point of that book and what I talk about all the time as someone who works with a lot of right-brainers is you gotta go with what your tendencies are. If you fight them, it just doesn't work. I mean, there's no other way to put it. Meaning, someone else could tell you to put something here, But if it's not the way you want it or the way you work or the way that feels right for you, you're going to move it back anyway. So we have to understand, know what our tendencies are and embrace them and work them and use them as to our advantage. Sometimes our tendencies can be bad, but the good ones, know your strengths, know how you like to do things. And that's why we leave people to, like you said, just let me do it my way or the way I would do it. I'm going to give you the outcome you want, but your way isn't my way, and your way is not going to be the best for me to be the most efficient, which is what you want in the end. You want this outcome at this time. To get that, let me do it the way that I work best. And I think that's what we should fight for. Fight for our right to do it our way.
Well, I mean, I think about driving somewhere with my husband. Like, let's say we have to go to the grocery store. I'm going to drive the route that I like. And it makes sense to me because a lot of times it's the best way to avoid traffic. He is very much, 2 points. I'm going to go north and then I'm going to go east. And I'm like, go north, east. But we get there. And neither way is better than the other. I don't have to tell him how to drive. He doesn't have to tell me how to drive. We always get to where we need to be without anybody micromanaging. Hopefully.
So it's the dishwasher, the driving, anything you want to share else the two of you
happily
don't see eye to eye on?
I don't think he listens to the podcast.
I hope not.
I hope not either.
We love you,
but
Chris.
I'm glad.
Despite what Ellen said about you, you're a good guy.
I'm glad for everyone that does listen. And please remember to subscribe, like, and review, and be back with us again next week for another episode of the Faster, Easier, Better Show.